The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hi, this is Ken Gidge, and this is The Art of Politics, the only show of its type here in the state of New Hampshire. And in fact, we're getting some good press. We'll talk about that later. Why is it different? Because we have a Republican and we have a Democrat, and we kind of like each other, but boy, I'll tell you, we fight. And his name is Al Baldessaro.
How are you?
Representative, and
Yes.
you have been reelected.
I have been reelected to my 5th term.
Yes.
And I've come out #1 in my district, 14 people running for 7 seats. We kicked out a Democrat. I was motivated over that. The state seen the light, and they realized the Democrats weren't doing a good job. They weren't running under Obama's tails, and they kicked them out.
And I also won, and I also was the top vote
Congratulations,
getter.
you did.
And where's the? This is for thank you.
Yeah,
But
that's
this is
right.
thank you for both of us.
For both of us, that's
it's
right.
not for one. It's
I won't let my district down. I will continue to be a loud voice.
yes, and I'll still be Kenny.
Yeah.
And never forget that.
That's right.
I'm not going to put up with anything from you. There's a new organization starting, and they called me as a Democrat.
What
It's a gun organization. Listen to this. Guns for Everyone. That's the name of the organization. And I said, oh, come on. It's going to be done by Republicans. No, it's split right down the middle. Guns for Everyone. And they say, guns don't kill people. People kill people with guns.
That's right.
Would you agree?
I agree.
Okay, so how you join Guns for Everyone is you donate $5 to Guns for Everyone. They take the money, they hire, in New Hampshire, this is for New Hampshire, they're going to go across the country. They're going to hire another social worker and train social workers to watch for people who have mental illnesses and are within the range of guns. But if you have 5 guns and you'd like to join, I suppose you could donate $5. But if you got 5 guns, it would be good if you donated $25. Your name, if you wish it to be mentioned, will be mentioned. If you don't, you don't, because some people are going to think that Guns for Everyone either is too conservative or too liberal. What do you think?
Okay. You know, it sounds all great and everything.
Yeah.
And these days, you know, and you're saying, no, it's not a Republican or this or that. There's no doubt in my mind. This is a group that's trying to get money because they end up with 18 cents per dollar or 25 cents per dollar go to the actual issue, and then they're lining their pockets.
I don't think you. Wait a minute. I don't think you heard me.
I did hear you. I did hear you. This is another group trying to fix something that's not broken.
Not 1 penny. Everything goes directly to the state to hire and train social workers who go into the homes or communities.
And who's going to train them? Who's going to train them? Who are the duty experts that's going to train them to identify different indicators?
Why do you ask that question?
Because it's a simple question.
Excuse me. Don't you think social workers? Look,
group?
Excuse me. Don't you think social workers already know if there's mental illness within the house?
You just hit it right on the nail right on the head. Then why we got to donate to something that already knows?
No. You
why
don't,
do we have to donate to something that already knows?
You don't understand. What we need is we need more social workers
Why don't
out
you-
there, and we want to.
I ask you-
Wait, and hold on. I'll let you talk. But what they're not doing is they're not going out and thinking in the terms of what firearms are there within a community
It's
or
none of
within
their
a
business
range.
what I have for firearms. It's none of that group's business what I own for guns.
Well, hold on a second. We're talking about mentally ill people.
And we have mentally ill programs out there.
So, but mentally ill people are killing people with guns.
You know something?
Are you trying to
One
tell
of the-
me you're not for this?
You know something? Then set that up in another state. Show me where in New Hampshire that's happening.
Set
show
it
me
up in
where
another state?
Show me where in New Hampshire.
Wait,
Can you show me where the problem is in New Hampshire?
Hold on. Are you trying to tell me that you do not believe mentally ill people need assistance?
I believe, no, I didn't say that. I believe this is a group.
Do you
that's
believe
you know something?
mentally
We already
ill
given them
people
assistance.
should have guns?
No, I don't.
So if nobody is looking to see if this is factual,
I'm going to ask you a question, Ken.
Go ahead.
Show me where in New Hampshire where this is broken, where there's a problem. They're trying to fix something that's going on in other states with many issues. We've already been rated many years after year, the safest state in the country.
Excuse me, and you know something. I always
Show me where the problem
love
is.
the people who say, "Hey, there's no problem here. Why should we do anything?" This is not. It may not be a problem.
I'll
but
donate my
you
$5 to homeless moms with children. I'll donate my $5
see.
to homeless veterans
So what
to
you-
fix something
so
that's broken.
what you're trying to say is it's okay not to have enough social workers, and it's okay for them
I'm not saying that.
not to turn around and say this
I'm
person's
not
mentally
saying that.
ill. This person should not be within the boundaries of
Do you
a
know
gun.
we have an issue at the VA
How
on mentally
far do you
people turn
go?
themselves in.
What can people do? This is a Republicans
Ken,
and a Democrats
I'm
who are starting that,
asking you,
and you're against it.
You want us to fix something that isn't broken. Now, let me run something by you. You probably don't even know. At the VA, we probably get about 4 or 5 people a week or something that show up on the weekends with issues. They have to call around in Massachusetts and Vermont to try to get bed space, okay? The social workers is not the issue. Bed space programs, more money, you know, for the
think you
mental health
guys took
program
that away.
in New Hampshire. No, we
Yeah,
no, we,
you did. You
no,
took
we,
that
no,
away.
we, no, we
I
didn't
was
take
there
it away.
when you took the 5 social workers away.
No, you're wrong. No,
yes,
you
I
know
was.
something,
I've been
you're
fighting
wrong.
that for
You-
5
you're-
years.
You're damn right. Because,
4.5
because
social
your
workers you took away.
senator,
Shame on you.
Your senator and the mayor of this city wanted the money to go to another health, social health program that got the funding.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Can I get Peter Kelleher on the phone? Go talk to
Excuse-
Peter Kelleher from Harbor Homes and ask him
excuse
about the
me.
Democrats cutting the funding in the budget,
Excuse-
why he had to get rid of social workers.
Excuse me. Hold on a second. Whoa.
You think-
Wait a minute. I was on the Hillsborough County Executive Committee run by the Republicans. The Republicans got rid of 5 social workers,
not true.
$465,000 a
true.
year. They turned around
That's
and
not
said,
true.
the social workers said, we saved New Hampshire $1.5
not
million.
true.
It is true.
The people in the Hillsborough
It's
County,
true.
I'm telling you right now to your face, you're a liar. Okay? Whoever's making these decisions saying we cut 5 social workers, they're a liar.
How much do
Go
I-
to Peter Kelleher in Nashua and ask him at Harbor Homes what they did to the veteran community.
You know something? The interesting thing about how you're going about and saying this, you and I have already argued this.
That's right. And I know the fact because I came into
O'Brien argued
Nashua.
the fact. O'Brien voted against
No,
them.
he did not.
Yes, he
No,
did
he
vote
did
against
not.
that.
You know something?
I was there.
Ken, face the fact.
They got rid of 5
Ken,
and 4.5
Ken,
social workers.
Stop trying to find and dig up old news that we already
I
debunked.
see.
We already debunked this here, old news.
right,
Let's move forward. You lost the race.
Okay.
Elections have consequences. Let's move on. Be part of the solution, not the problem.
Okay.
Okay,
so
let's move
when
forward.
an organization comes along, Guns for Everyone, all right, and says, what we wish to do is, if anybody would like a gun, they should have a gun. People who are mentally ill should not have a gun. So if anyone donates $5 who possesses a gun, and we go directly to hire social workers and train social workers, guess what? Less problems will take place.
Can I read something to you here?
And by the way, you asked a question. You asked a question about people. crazy people with guns?
I don't think they're crazy people
Really?
with guns. I
Really?
think these are people
So-
that have
so
certain mental
twice
issues
here in New
that
Hampshire-
need some help.
So twice here in New Hampshire, people went to houses, private homes, and killed people.
With machetes. With a machete, you're right. With a machete, with knives, you're right, Ken. So let's go after the guns. You're right, Ken. Yeah, you're right.
Where
Twice.
did we say we're going after the guns?
Because this is a feel-good group looking to get money off of people, get information how many guns you own. That's BS. This is new.
Feel-good group.
You know something?
that
Show me the
states-
problem in New Hampshire.
You know, what do you want?
Show me
Do
what
you
problem you're
want
trying
an
to fix.
organization
Ken?
to say guns for everybody, but not guns for mentally ill
Yeah,
people? And you're saying you're against
Show me what mentally
Are
ill issue
you
we have in New
against
Hampshire.
that?
Show me where we have a problem
Are
in New
you
Hampshire.
against that?
You're not listening to me. I'm not going to answer you.
Yeah,
you
all right,
answer my
okay.
question
All right,
first,
okay.
then That answer
No.
yours. Show me what problem you're trying to fix, this group. Where's the problem in New Hampshire? Show me it.
I think we should move on because if
Show
if
me.
if
You
in
brought
turn-
this
hold on.
up.
If
Show
you- if
me
you
the
in-
problem you
hold on.
wanna
If
fix.
you in turn do not believe mentally people should not have guns, then
No.
okay.
I don't
I'm
believe they
sorry.
should.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't. But
Well,
show me
here's
where
an
they got 'em in New
organization
Hampshire.
That's made up of Republicans and Democrats.
care who they're
guns
made up
for
of.
everyone, and all of a sudden you're against it. You want to know
I
why you're
don't
against
care
it?
who they
You
are.
don't want people to know how many guns you possess.
Because I don't think it's anyone's business, the government's business, to know what rifles I own, what guns. Let me read something to you, first of all, here. Article 2A of the New Hampshire Constitution. Many people never bother to read the Constitution. Do you know what it says?
Go ahead.
Tell
what
me,
is
no,
it?
do you, I'm asking you.
No, I don't
Do you know what it
I
says?
don't know word for word. No,
That's
go ahead.
right, I
Go
didn't
ahead.
think so. The bearing of arms. All persons have the right to keep and bear arms in the defense of themselves, their families, their property, and their state. Does it say ask the police for permission? Does it say ask for government for permission? It don't.
You know
want
something?
bigger government.
You caught yourself on a hook,
How?
and you're just
How?
like the
How? What hook?
the military.
It's in our New Hampshire Constitution.
The crazy people who say nothing. We can't do nothing for guns.
I never
we
said
don't
that.
Care.
I never said that.
You can
I
shoot
said,
kids. It's okay.
show me
Don't
the
worry about it.
problem.
Mental people
I-
can have guns. This group says no, they can't.
Do you know why
we know
New
how to
Hampshire
stop
is
it,
safe
and
to
you
s-
go along with it.
No, I said show me where the problem is. You want to fix something that ain't broken. You want to throw more money in. People, donate to this group because they're going to save the world. Where's the problem?
Here we go.
Where's the
A
problem?
Republican organization with a Democratic organization, and all of a sudden, the Republicans have the top
Listen.
of the you know of
My
the, of
question,
the,
are
of the
they-
group,
are
and
these-
now
are
they're
they
starting
my
to
question
eat
is,
each other. Republicans are eating each
Are
other.
they real Republicans? Or they like the 4 or 5
Oh, I
Republicans we have that
see.
vote with the Democrats all the time? They run as a Republican because they can't get voted in certain districts as a Democrat. Are those the Republicans you're talking about?
I can't. Listen. If somebody thinks that I'm wrong,
never answer my
If somebody
question.
thinks that I'm wrong, saying that mental people
I
should
do.
not have guns,
No,
and you
no.
think that they should, that's okay with me.
Did you ever hear
All
me
right.
say mental people should have guns? Show me the problem.
They just showed you how
Show
not
me,
to have the guns.
Show me where the problem is in New
Excuse
Hampshire.
me. I can't. You know something? There's something also called the privacy law. I will bet you right now, right here in the city of Nashua,
Mm-hmm.
that the police have gone into homes and taken firearms away from individuals.
Are they illegal?
I will bet
Are they
you.
illegal?
No, I will bet you because there's some
Because
sort of
of why?
violence in the homes.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Mental illness in the
So
homes.
you tell me the police, the job is
But
being done then?
we can't know that. So when you say, Kenny, you tell me,
Kenny.
and here's a way to find out.
Kenny, we already have domestic laws. We already have laws that judges can order weapons to be turned over if there's domestic here against any women or guy. We already know this. We got laws in the books. Are you trying to
Okay.
fix something that isn't broken?
No, I'll tell you
the
what.
police are doing their
I'll
job.
I'll tell you what. Here's an organization who wishes to try something at a very small way to try to get people
I will not donate to them.
just to be awake and to get some social workers and to get some training
they wanna
so
know how
mentally
many-
ill people do not cause
And they
crime
wanna
and
know
mayhem
how
in
many
the state of
guns
New
do I
Hampshire,
have in my
and
safe?
Republicans can't even do that.
And they want to know how many guns I have in my safe.
No, they
and
don't. They
you
don't
just
want to
said
know
they
how
want
many guns.
that I
No.
donate $5 per
I said,
gun.
no, you can. You can donate $5.
You know
what
something?
difference does it make?
Are you fixing something that isn't broken in New Hampshire?
This is not a law.
Are they trying to fix something that ain't broken in New Hampshire because of what goes on in Detroit, Chicago, Washington, D.C.? Or Boston? Are they trying to fix something here
I'll tell
that
you
ain't
what,
happening?
if you have people taking your side on this, okay. But I cannot believe that there are people out there who can see a Republican and Democratic organization coming in and saying, hey, look,
where are they
we
from?
don't want to take the guns away from everyone.
Where are they from?
Let me. We don't want to take the guns away from anybody. We want to try to get everybody just to donate some money. You don't have to, but to become part of the organization, you can donate the money so nobody knows that it comes from you, because that's what they're worried about. They're worried about if somebody donates $5 to part of the government in the state of New Hampshire only to hire and train social workers for people with mental illness and to get guns out of the homes of the mental illness. Guess what? When you can't get Republicans even agree on that,
Who is
then
this
guess
group?
what? You might as well just hand the guns out.
And when you get Democrats as the nanny, as that we're going to fix something that isn't broken in New Hampshire, many New Hampshire residents own guns. That's why our housing, we're protected, our families. It is my responsibility as a father to protect my family. It is not my responsibility to give a group like this to fix something that's not broken. Show me, if you show me where it's broken, show me where we're having problems, and I'll support you.
Let's see, a group.
What's the name of them again?
Wait a minute.
What's the name
Hold
of
on a
this
second.
group?
A group, if it took place in Connecticut, if it was in Connecticut.
Does Connecticut have a lot of debts, a lot of gun issues, Connecticut?
Yeah, 26 kids.
No, come on, will you? That was,
Well,
something there that he broke. He took one in the mother's cabinet and took her guns.
Hold on. Well, wait a second.
That could happen in my house, break into my safe.
Wait a second.
You know?
Wait a second. That's basically what they based it on. They based it on,
So tell them, go to
if somebody
Connecticut.
would have come along and said to the proper authorities, this kid is dangerous and is nuts, and you should get the guns out of the house. The mother couldn't do that.
No. Why would you get the guns out of the house when that mother is American citizen, has constitutional rights? Why wouldn't that mother, which she did, I understand she had a cabinet and he broke in. The guns were locked.
I
understand the kid broke into the mother's cabinet and stole the guns. Is that true?
Yes. You want to know something? You want to know something?
So you want to take everyone's guns, get them out of the house because there's somebody in
want to
there.
know something? She announced, sadly, to the child that he would be institutionalized in 2 weeks. The problem was there were no beds for the mentally ill.
Right.
And this is what happened to him. But you see, if that's how you feel, and this is what it was based on.
Show me the problem we're going to fix in New Hampshire. Show me where the issues are. We have laws in the books. Okay, show me why this group is working in New Hampshire.
I would say, first of all, we should get the first 5 social workers back, and I have been arguing about it. Let's move on.
Go talk to Peter Kelleher and get the truth. What was the name of that group again?
Hold on a second.
I want to write down the name of that group so I can do my homework. What was the name of the group?
No,
can you say the name of the group again?
We're moving on.
No, I thought you were supporting this group.
We're moving on.
I know, but aren't you supporting this group?
No, because...
Don't you want the people to know who this group is?
Yes, but you know something? Today I really have I have a section of what we're going to do. We can't argue. I look at some of these shows, that's all we did is argue.
Yeah, but that's your way.
Good shows.
But that's your way.
Oh, yeah.
You bring out this
State
BS.
House insecurity. Now, we saw... and I think you saw it probably today in the last month or so, somebody crawling over the fence, running into the White House.
The White House, yes.
All the way into the green room, I think. And
I just heard it on the radio there. They were talking about the report. Went all the way upstairs into the room where they hold the conferences of, dignitary dinners and stuff.
Okay. Now, when that happened, okay, I went to our State House. And I said, and I talked to and I don't want to give too much information, and I talked to the individual who sits at the door. And I said, well, what's secure? Well, if somebody walks in here, what can you do? He said, I can do nothing. He says, I don't have any guns. He says, I don't have any weapons. He says, but if on the other side of this, where they sit. And as you know, there's the door. And on the other side of that, there's another section, like a section that he said. If there was a state trooper that was there.
We have 2 state troopers in the state house.
No.
One during session.
We're talking about a state trooper. When somebody walks in, a state trooper will be there. And guess what? He will have all the firepower, but no one's going to see it, obviously.
So in other words, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 state troopers then for all the doors.
We're talking 1 at the front door.
And you're talking lock all our doors?
We're not
then
talking
what good
about.
does that do?
No, we're not.
Then what good does that do in the front door when you have all the other
this
entrances?
is what good it does.
I'm a security type guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for this? I walked from the door to the governor's office in less than a minute and a half. Somebody ran from that door and got into the governor's office in 30 seconds. Now, let me ask you a question now. Do you think there should have been somebody to block the person in the White House? Do you think somebody should block somebody in? Do we deserve?
First of all,
does the governor deserve?
Wait, first of all, I'm not going to assume that this guy did anything. Did he do anything wrong? I didn't hear anything about this here. Did he go in and cause a problem in the governor's office? There's a state trooper, civilian clothes state trooper, sits right there at that desk. And he's a very sharp individual, like all our state troopers.
Hold on a second. This was done with him knowing it's going to happen because we didn't want any. All right, I was there. I wasn't there.
So this was a test.
Came in after.
This was something to show.
This was a test.
This didn't really happen.
This was a test.
Okay, so
no, they ran it.
So we got people at PT at lunchtime.
We didn't want it. So, but they said when they went in there, he was at his computer typing right at the door.
Right.
So I said to the person down at the front of the door, I'm not talking all the doors because we can't do that. I'm talking just the front door.
Then why?
And I said, do you have a way of contacting the governor's office that something has happened? You know what he said? No. The only people I can connect are the people across the street. So I go across the street and I go down and I knock on the door and I go, what's going on? He says, well, you know, Kenny, he says, we have just enough people. If somebody goes on lunch hour, we don't have a person there. If somebody is sick, we don't have a person for the whole day. I said, how many people do you need? He says, we could use at least 1 more. With 2 easily. And I said, are you telling me that there's only 3 or 4 or 5? That's 2 buildings. And what we're talking about, these are people who are security but don't have guns. And if somebody leaves to go to lunch, that spot is empty. And he said, yes, it is.
Okay.
So I said, I am going to get a group of people together, and you're going to be one of them. And we're going to get a petition together to get them some more help, maybe firearms.
Can I ask you
because
something?
they've all been trained.
I agree with you. Do you know this? I agree with you.
Would you agree of putting a state trooper right at that?
No, because it's a feel-good. Because if anyone knows and they check out the State House, you know you got a state. Right now, we have a state trooper in a certain area, okay, monitoring cameras. You probably didn't even ask that question. And I'm not going to say where he's at.
I was down and I saw the cameras.
I'm not going to say where he's at.
We won't say where he's at. I was in there.
We have a state trooper monitoring the cameras.
I was in there.
We have 2 state troopers.
No, you actually don't have a state trooper monitoring the cameras.
Where is he at?
No.
Where does he hang out at? There's a state trooper always there. If it's an issue with you and you feel safe because the front door, but leave the back doors okay. Leave the side doors open. Don't worry about them. Criminals will come in the front door. Don't worry.
Are you saying, here we go again.
Here we go with feel-good BS again.
We don't need any security up there?
No, here we go. You change everything around. We have security.
Excuse me.
Do you know something? Under Bill O'Brien.
How can you get somebody to run from the front door to the governor's office in less than 30 seconds and we got security?
I can do that from the back door and do it in 15 seconds. I can do it from the back door in less time.
We got security.
I can do it in the back door in less time. Do you know under Bill O'Brien, he gave the security authority to go and start training with weapons, to start shooting, get them all qualified for pistols. Did you know that? Did you know for the last 2 years the Democrats didn't do nothing and they controlled the facilities? They could have gave the authority.
Are you trying to tell me you're now willing to get on board?
I'm telling you, under Bill O'Brien, he wanted them to all get certified with guns.
Are you saying to the camera now you're on board
We
to
always have
hire a
been.
couple more people
always have
and
been.
to arm them.
No, I didn't say hire a couple more. First of all,
Whoa,
do you know
hold on.
something?
If somebody is sick and there's a spot that's open, don't you think we should hire one more person?
I'm going to tell you right now, our state house is the safest state house in the country. Why? Because many of us legislators have concealed weapon permits. Okay? Many of us state legislators are former military. Many of us are well trained, okay, in fired and qualifications for many, many years.
Do you really think it's secure?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think?
Yes, I do.
The most important person
Yes,
on the
I do.
planet Earth is secure in the White House?
Yeah, but the bottom line is you're going to have mistakes.
Then
you
we're
had a mistake.
not secure
Well,
in the New Hampshire
Then why
House
do
of
you
Representatives.
want to shut down one door but leave everything open?
We didn't say
That's what you-
that.
what do you-
I said hire one or two more people.
Okay, what does that
all
do?
right, and put a state trooper right at the front door if there's a danger. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because there's no state troopers there.
Ken, you know something?
Is there anyone with a gun
There
on
could
any
be.
floor?
The security chose to have him down in another area. The security and the state trooper, they chose to keep him in another area that's not known.
So,
he could be anywhere
so
in both
in other
buildings
words-
within seconds.
In other words, somebody can run from the front door. Now, I didn't say back door; I said front door because I wanted to know if they could hit him.
Listen to this liberal.
It run right
Got
up
the front door,
to the
but leave the
governor's
back
office.
door alone.
No, you said the back door. I'm just
But
saying.
I'm saying you got side doors, you got back doors, you got an underground tunnel, goes from other buildings.
And you know something? I think we should have someone at least on the main floor. All right.
What are you scared?
Because you want to know something.
What are you scared?
You know what's interesting? Which
you scared?
you never even thought about.
scared?
Where that chair would be, where he would be sitting, he could see both stairways. That never occurred to you, did it?
There was a governor.
Never occurred to you.
There was in the governor's office. There was a state trooper with her all the time, with the governor, and he's a great guy. I'd put my life on the line with that state trooper because he's qualified, locked on, well trained, and we have another one somewhere else. Okay, so I don't understand. Are you getting scared all of a sudden now? You lose the house. Now you're worried now. What's the problem? What happened with you? Where were you for the last 2 years?
You know who I talked to.
Where were you for the last 2 years?
You know something?
I see you slipping into the...
No, hold on. You know something that's
I
really
see you
amazing?
sliding into security's
I love
office.
taking the opposite part because now
Where have
you know the problem.
Right.
Under Bill O'Brien,
Right.
they taught him how to shoot guns.
Under
Are
Bill-
they going to
Under Bill
Are you going
O'Brien,
to arm them
We
now?
are going to have to because you didn't do it.
Are you going to
didn't do
arm
it.
them?
The Democrats dropped the ball because
Are
we
you
had
going to hire one more person?
I never said we were.
Okay, so if a
you know
person is
something?
sick or goes to lunch, there's a spot that's open?
You know, you Democrats think money is on trees. You think the taxpayers got endless pockets. 5 healthcare workers you want now. You said now you want more security. Now you want, you know something? Wake up and smell the coffee. There you go. You fixing something that ain't broken. We should be focused on mental health, on the issues that we have with more bed space. Okay?
Mental health.
But you just were in there 2 years and did nothing.
Mental health.
No, but you were just in charge for 2 years and did nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, we've talked about this before. I was on the Hillsborough County Committee.
did nothing at the
and
State
the
House.
Republicans fired 4.5
No, we
social
didn't.
workers.
No, we didn't. No, we
Would you
didn't.
like to bet?
That's not. Yes, I will.
How
I'll
much?
bet you a glass of wine.
I don't like drinking wine. Come on.
Because of my heart,
Wait,
I
I'll tell
drink
you
more
what.
wine.
In
I'll
my
try to.
district, there's a place
Yeah.
called Roland's. I want a tuna fish sandwich with.
Tell you
with, wait a minute. Tuna fish sandwich with fries.
Do we have?
Come on.
I have. Okay.
Come on, okay.
I have access
All
to
right.
Peter Kelleher. Do we have a mic
Peter
that we can get him
Kelleher.
on? He's the director of Harbor Homes. That he can talk about mental health. Do we have access to get somebody call in on the show here? That can call you a liar?
No, we're talking about social workers that were
I'll
fired.
never call my friend a liar. Let me
We're
rephrase
talking-
that you're stretching the truth.
All right, okay, all right. And you know something? I happen to agree with you 100%. We do not want a state house that is closed down.
That's right. It's the people's house.
I am talking to everyone in the state house who is there.
Why now?
Everyone in
Where
the
you been the
state
last 2
house.
years? Why
Hold on a
now?
second. We have how many kids up there a day?
We have, I don't know, a couple of classes there that come up every day. They're from different areas.
2 days ago,
You know, I don't know the numbers.
she did, I think, 6 tours.
Right, okay.
Okay,
Which
so
they've been doing for
that
years and years and
means
years.
there were how many?
So,
150, 250
you know something?
kids?
Here we go with the scare tactic. It's for the kids. Here we go once again, the Democrat mentality. It's for the kids. They've been in charge the last 2 years. They just lost the House. They had an opportunity to pass these stuff in facilities. They did nothing. Now, all of a sudden, because the Republicans won back the House, look what they want to do now. Look at the issues they're bringing up. Be part of the solution, not the problem.
And you want to know something, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what? They want it, they ate it, and if anything happens within their time, you remember, you heard it here on The Art of Politics.
Do you know
Let's
why?
move on to another subject.
Let's move another subject. Let's talk about state sales tax real quick, okay, if I may.
The what?
Sales tax and payroll tax. Do you realize
sales tax? We don't have a sales tax.
No, I know. Listen to me 1 second. I'm going to run something by you here.
What do you mean?
We don't have a sales tax. I know.
We don't have a sales tax.
Listen to me what I'm going to say. Give me a chance to speak now.
Here we go.
The state has been controlled by Republicans since 1784.
Yes.
Republican governors, senators, and House.
Yes.
We don't have a sales tax and a payroll tax because governors and senators and House members have been controlled under Republicans.
Okay.
Up until 8 years ago when the Democrats took over, hear me out.
Your point is what?
My point is, up until when the Democrats took over, we've had a surplus. Every 2 years we had a surplus. The surplus got blown.
And when did the surplus get blown?
Under the Democrat regime.
Wait, no, when did it get blown?
Under the Democrat regime.
Wait a minute.
Under
it
Democrat
all fell
regime.
down when a gentleman called Bush
Here we go. Blame the president.
to war.
You know, blame the president. Our economy has been
Bankrupt almost the entire
struggling
United
along.
States. And now the Republican is
had
saying,
nothing to do
guess
with
what?
New Hampshire.
We lost all the money we had for the rainy day fund. And
no, we
thank you
didn't.
very well, wait
We
a minute.
didn't
Hold on
lose
a second.
nothing.
And guess what? You can, young man,
Ken,
put it back.
you're not being truthful. We didn't
You're ahead
lose.
of us.
You're not being the rainy.
I love
the money in the rainy day fund is voted to be put in there.
Glad the Republicans
You know
are in.
something? I am too.
I'm going to have more
I
fun
am
now
too
than I've
because
ever
now
had
you
before.
have fiscal responsibility.
Now you have the opportunity.
Ken,
oh, wait a minute.
I want you to be
Hold
honest
on.
to the people.
Fiscal responsibility. I think I heard Boehner say today they'd go as far as close down the government.
We're in New Hampshire.
Fiscal responsibility.
We're in New Hampshire. Let's talk New Hampshire politics.
Excuse me. If
you
they
guys blame
closed
everyone
down the
outside the
federal
state.
government, the last time it cost $50 billion, which is $1 billion per state, and guess what?
Okay.
We could use $1 billion.
Okay, tell me what got closed down in New Hampshire. What got closed down in New Hampshire? How did we lose money? What got closed down? What got closed down? We lost $1 billion. What got closed?
Let's move on.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay. Did you know?
Feel-good scare tactics.
That's not scare tactics. Keystone.
Ken, I still love you, brother.
Keystone Pipeline. And ladies and gentlemen, I just love this.
Can we talk about New Hampshire?
And you want to know something? Well, it's going to affect New Hampshire.
How? They voted the 40 Democrats.
It's not going.
40 Democrats voted for Keystone.
Hold on. So you don't want it?
No, I want it.
You want it?
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to talk. I'm going to ask this gentleman a few questions, and let's just see if we can get some yes or no's or a short explanation. You want it?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because it's energy. It's oil. It helps us become, making money there for those areas, jobs, and then we also send it out on our ships.
Okay.
Other countries.
Okay. All right. It's coming from Canada.
Canada, our friends are.
And where is it going?
It's going to other countries and some.
No. Where is it going?
I don't know where it's going.
It's going to the refineries.
Okay.
That oil is not staying in the United States of America.
Right, but I'm sure some
So
will.
they're bringing it all the way from Canada so we can refine it and send it out.
Right.
What do we get?
We get jobs, we get taxes,
Really?
we get pipeline taxes.
You know what they figured after the pipelines
What
are in? How many people have a job? 100.
100? Okay.
After
now let me ask you a simple question.
So you want to cut
Let me ask you a simple
right
question.
in half.
Can I ask you a question?
You may.
Is that 100 jobs more than we had?
Well, okay, if you want to cut our country right in half.
How? How we cut? We already got all sorts of oil lines going through.
Ladies and gentlemen, the truth of the fact is that the pipeline is going to cut directly through the United States. It'll never happen, but this is what the Republicans want.
If local control supports
and it's going to our refineries, not staying in the United States. It's being shipped out. Gee. That really helps us out.
If local control supports it in those areas, why is big government involved? If the people just like up north, and the pipeline that we have up north in that area, and also the gas line that they want to run through, are also Northern Pass, which I support Northern Pass, but underground, okay? But that's the people up there, the local control, make these decisions. Why do you always think big government got to be involved?
Well, didn't you just say that you wanted the pipeline to go right through the United States of America?
No, it don't go through the United States. Where did you get this? Where did you get
Keystone
the
Pipeline?
Keystone? No, it goes up the line, you know, into what, Texas or wherever they're gonna.
That's the United States.
It's no, the whole. You said the whole United States. It's not coming
It's
here.
going to cut it in half.
Oh, please,
the
give
United
it a break.
States.
Believe
me.
Show me the map. You got a computer.
There are a lot of.
You got a computer.
There are a lot of people who wish Texas wasn't in the United States.
You know, here we go again. The big government wants to be involved in local control.
Yeah.
And you know, we're down to 2 minutes. How do people get in touch with you?
2 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
we had
22
Huh?
minutes.
Oh, okay. I was just
You
checking.
can't even time.
I'm only messing with you. Hey, I figure we shut this down
man.
because he's a man of no facts today. You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't know how many times I
let
slapped
me
you
ask you
today.
another question. Where is the best place in the United States to apply for a job and get a job?
We're in the United States. Wow. There's Texas, because they have more jobs than anywhere in the country.
Nope.
They're in a right-to-work state. Where?
Try another one.
Don't tell me New Hampshire.
Manchester, New Hampshire, per person is the best place in the United States to get a job, and I couldn't believe it either, so you ought to check on it to make sure I got it right, but that's what they said. And in fact, the great National Telegraph wouldn't lie to us.
No, I have to agree with that, Manchester. Okay. And the reason why I agree with it, because Manchester has a lot of restaurant service jobs.
So if you guys haven't taken over yet, and the Democrats brought our unemployment down to 4.2, and now Manchester's got a lot of jobs. Gee, are you guys going to screw that up? Are you going to make it better?
You're really proud of those service jobs, aren't you? And people, those restaurant jobs.
Well, I think it would just telling me regarding the pipeline. Well, 100 jobs is better than no jobs.
What did you just hear?
Don't you agree?
Did you just listen to what I just said? But there's still jobs.
Well,
I like to see
still jobs, service jobs.
Those people working on the pipeline, $18, $25 an hour. On their jobs, they're engineers and other stuff there. They're making good money. I used to fly into Plano, Texas, when I was with Stafford Company. What about her?
What did she do that both Republicans and Democrats don't like?
Well, that's a touchy subject there with me. You know that.
Why would you bring that up?
Knowing
subject with Elmo Lazaro.
Yeah, why would you even bring that up? I mean, she stuck her nose into a house race.
The house race.
Yeah, she did, and had no business being in it. And I warned her.
And she said what?
Well, she's supporting Gene Chandler.
Instead of Bill O'Brien.
And the conservatives support Bill O'Brien because. Why? You know what makes me laugh here? You, the Democrats, and Kelly
Excuse me,
and others.
I like O'Brien.
I know.
Don't get me involved with this.
If you read the articles in the newspaper going after Bill O'Brien, why would you not like a man that cuts taxes and spending? Why would you not like a man that gives business taxes, breaks to businesses, that went from 50,000 to 100,000 so they can reinvest in their business? Why would you not like a guy that repeals the LLC tax, the campground tax? Why would that fought the gas tax?
Don't go on a campground tax.
That fought the gas tax. That fought the paint tax.
Wrong.
Why would you not like a guy? Why would you attack this guy so much?
I didn't.
No, you didn't. But the articles in the paper, Senator Kelly Ayotte.
But it's interesting that Ayotte, who is your senator, who would have been asked to be resigned.
I love Kelly Ayotte. She really let me down. I love Kelly Ayotte.
And I know a teacher who taught her that said that she wasn't that. Okay.
I broke ties with her, and the reason I did because I warned her. I'm one of the tri-chairs of the House Republican Alliance, the conservatives, the real Republicans, the platform people, and I warned her, don't step into our race. Stay out of the House race.
Why did she do it?
I don't know why. I don't know. I'm really aggravated over it.
Well, we got Steve. Steve is going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, we got Steve who's going to be the
great
minority.
guy. I like Steve Shurtleff because he's easy to work with. He's not like Terry Norelli, the bully. She was a bully.
The interesting thing about Steve is Steve will not feed the fire.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah, right.
So if you start throwing stones, he's just going to sit there and catch them.
Right.
He's not going to throw them back.
Right. Well,
so
you want to know why all of a sudden you're saying he's going to catch the fire? You guys have thrown stones for the last 2 years. You guys have been nothing but a pain in the ass. Excuse my, I didn't mean. I hope they beat me on that
stones
one.
Because we were the majority and you couldn't take it.
You did the same thing under Bill O'Brien. Every time Bill O'Brien came out with a tax cut, you attacked him. Every time he fixed the budget, 900. No, but you're a Democrat. You wear the name. You ran as a Democrat. You're a Democrat. Your brothers and sisters as Democrats attacked him.
Excuse me, I just thought you told me that there were Republicans who were rhinos and who were Republicans just by name.
When he fixed the state of almost over $800 million deficit, they attacked him for it. When he fixed the retirement part of it, not all, we still got deficits there, he was attacked. He didn't downshift to the taxpayers. He's no good. What can he do right? What, taxing? You'll love him if he raises taxes. Look at the article Tim Horrigan wrote on his Facebook. If O'Brien gets in, we get no more taxes and fees. We get no more, more regulations. Did you see Tim Horrigan's Facebook?
No, I haven't.
Check it out, what he wrote.
Okay.
If Bill O'Brien gets in versus a Chandler. Don't choke. You want to drink some water.
Whoever gets it.
You really think it? Where do you come up with this stuff?
Whoever gets it. And I talked to Pam Tucker yesterday.
Yes.
Okay. A representative.
Pam is a great
wonderful. She's been here.
Oh,
you guys have beat me up before. Okay. But I said to Pam, Pam, because there is a tipping point, and I've been talking about this with you.
I think your time's up, by the way. I'm looking at it, and I'm supposed to speak now.
The tipping point is, what does it take to run a government? Where's the point where you take so much away where the government cannot run properly, or you start deducting from the government to save money where the government doesn't run at all?
When you're done, I'll answer.
In Kansas, who has Republicans, House, Senate, Republicans everywhere. That state's almost in bankruptcy.
I did a Google search, and I couldn't find this crap that you're saying. Now, I'm going to use the same thing here. Okay, is this how you had your hands? When you run your house, you have a budget, and you have nice to have or needs or whatever you would need to buy. If you don't have the money to buy certain things, do you go out and steal? Do you go borrow it? Do you use your credit cards and max them out? That's what the Democrats do. We live within our means.
Hold on a second.
We live within our means.
Hold on a second. You are in power now.
No, not yet. Not until December 3rd.
Okay. My question is, and everybody should ask the question.
Can you look at the camera and say you're all screwed up?
Where is the point where you take so much away? You go like this, and the state starts going down because it can't care for itself. And in fact, when that happens, you know what happens?
What don't you understand of living within your means?
The Republicans said, the problem is not that we keep taking, money away from the state. The problem is you got too many people working in the state. And then they put the people out of work.
The problem is we don't have enough.
Where is it?
You know, Sub, you keep throwing this.
Where's the level?
Well, let me put it this way here. You Democrats never found it because you kept growing and growing and growing. And we had a Senate that stopped you. You got a governor right now that wants to spend $2 billion more, okay, here in New Hampshire. Where does the money come? Taxpayers, hold on to your wallets. But we stopped them. We will not let the governor spend $2 billion because you know where the money comes from? The taxpayers.
You know the interesting thing is the taxpayers are also not stupid. You have.
Ask somebody with property taxes.
I'll tell you
paying property taxes.
If you want to use a family, let's use a family as an example.
Okay.
Let's just say they have one parent that's just a little nuts about money. Okay.
Is that government's problem?
No.
Okay.
We're going to say government people.
Right.
All right. Here's a person. So this person is so crazy about money, right? He won't put tires on the car. He doesn't believe that the kid should not go to college unless he or she can't pay for it.
Is he low income?
The roof can go another year without being fixed. So tight. And guess what happens after a while?
Does he have the money?
Things start falling in.
Does he have the money? Does he have the money? Explain the whole world, the whole situation. Does that person have the money? Does he have the means to borrow? Do you know my roof had a leak for 2 years? Do you know? Listen to me what I'm going to tell you.
You had a roof.
My roof of my house had a leak for 2 years. I had a bucket. To me, it was no. I'm serious. In my living room. But to me, it wasn't a high priority. I had to wait until I refinanced my house to get the money.
That sounds so silly now.
You know something?
It sounds like I was born in a log cabin.
My room.
And I had to go outside to go to the bathroom. We had no soap.
If you go by my
we
house,
had animals jumping through the windows.
right now, if you want, I'll take a picture because I got the plasterboard in the garage. I have to fix the hole. It's still in my roof. I can take a picture for you and show you. Okay, where the water was coming down, right in my living room. Okay, but for 2 years, but I didn't have the money to spend $12,000-15,000 for a new roof. I had to wait till the time was right to refinance my house. Many people out there, just like me, on a budget.
The question is, if you look at it by the state, all right, and by the people, it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It is
no,
the
it's
same
not.
thing.
No, it's not. Because the government can go and get more money out of the taxpayers' pocket, and they'll never fix their roof.
Some people get so crazy about saving money, the same as some people get so crazy using a credit card.
Is that the government? Yeah, but
Did I just tell you?
No, but you want government to keep using a credit card. You use the credit.
I didn't say
you know something? 4 years ago, you all used the credit card.
You tell me, where is the tipping point? Where are we going to keep the standard of living up? Where are you guys going to come and wake up and see the roses?
When we project how much money we have.
Democrats had to get 4.5 cents added to the gas tax so they could get the roads fixed.
And they stole 36% of the 18 cents.
And guess what?
You stole money out of the other taxes.
And there's jobs and the roads are getting done.
No, they're not.
And if you go out there, you're going to find that at this particular point, your gas is really cheap.
You know,
it is the Democrats, it's the Republicans. Let's not do the roads.
You want to know why, Gad? Because they stopped Obama's spending.
And Bill O'Brien told me that he used to kayak under a bridge that sort of had a red mark on it.
Right.
And he looked up and he said, well, it looked a little rusty, but it didn't look like it was going to fall in.
Because it didn't comply with federal laws. Be honest to the people. Many of those bridges and roads on there don't comply with federal law. We don't. Why do we got to fix federal laws? We have states. We have states' rights.
We're talking bridges.
We have states' rights.
Don't you want businesses to come up here?
You know some.
Do you want businesses to come up here?
Oh, so the federal government's right.
No, if you want businesses to come up here, you have to have an infrastructure.
No, what we don't. We have an infrastructure. What we don't want is the federal government to mandate in New Hampshire to be like downtown New York. Or Boston. New Hampshire will make their own laws and their own decisions.
You know, for 2 years...
We have states' rights under the Constitution.
Going on for 3 years.
Do you know what Article 10 is?
Bill O'Brien and yourself.
Do you know what Article 10 is?
I have had to take... I'm in a sentence.
Do you know Article 10?
I have had to take one side as the majority, but also once as the minority. No, the majority, I'm sorry, because Bill started after he was not Speaker, okay? So I had to take one side. But ladies and gentlemen, guess what?
You spent like a drunken sailor.
They've got it.
They spent like a drunken sailor.
They would not pass a bill in the House or the Senate. Now you got it. Let's see what you're going to do. Because I got news for you. If you guys screw up, you're history.
Well, on the 2 years that we took over the House, you didn't get property taxes go up. You didn't get more money go up in statewide property tax on education. We fair shared adequacy education to every community. We didn't pick and choose who were the winners and who were the losers. We fixed some of the retirement. Instead of going after the town taxpayers, we made each individual pay more. We're bad people. We're terrible people.
Well, when you make a comment that we did not, the real estate didn't go up,
and
the real estate did go up.
We had a surplus.
Oh yes, and we also had two wars. Was that
we're in New Hampshire.
Is that Bush?
We're in New Hampshire.
You know that?
You keep going to Bush, war on women. Oh, we're terrible, those Republicans. You know, wake up. Why aren't you helping homeless women?
I'm going to love
why aren't you helping
on
families?
This side. I really am.
Let me ask you, you've been in charge for 2 years.
They have given me a beating. I'm not going to take it.
You've been in charge for 2 years, the Democrats. I didn't see one bill from the Democrats helping women. Nothing. I didn't see anything. But I seen a scam.
Whoa, hold on a second. Medicare, you guys held up for a year. 60% of the people who are on Medicare are women, so don't tell me we haven't done anything for women.
You forced New Hampshire hard-working people to lose their insurance and go on the government dole. That's what you did.
Do not tell me you guys did not.
You know something? No, you're not.
Not
that's
by
true.
design.
Your numbers are wrong.
Hurt the women.
Your numbers are totally wrong when you come up with 60%.
Don't bring it up then.
No, because I got to bring up the damage that you guys have done. Those 60% women you're talking to had insurance, many of them, but they lost it because of.
They did not have insurance. You know, we're talking about the people who had Medicaid. They did not have any insurance at all.
Ken, that's not true, because if you're low income, okay, we have a program called Medicaid to help people.
Oh, wait, it's called Medicaid what?
We had
Medicaid what?
We have two programs now.
Excuse me, Medicaid what?
We have two programs.
Well, of course
Medicaid
we have two now.
and Medicaid expansion.
Okay.
We have two programs.
Okay, no,
one we pay 50%.
Wait a minute.
The other one pays 100%.
Okay, but what was the program we had for people who had existing problems?
Pre-existing, we already had in the system.
Excuse me.
We already had it.
And what was
New
it
Hampshire
called?
Already, I can't think what it's called. Pre-existing. There was a wait list for it. We funded it. We funded it.
There was a wait list for it.
Come on, Ken.
There's always been a wait list.
When you have no control, when there's only so much money in the till.
You want to know something, ladies and gentlemen? They bought it. They own it.
You're damn right.
Let's see if they can do any better.
You're going to be proud of us when we cut business taxes and we attract businesses here to New Hampshire for more jobs. We have over 300,000 people.
Businesses are already coming. We got the lowest, one of the lowest rates in unemployment, and you guys can only screw it up.
You know something, Ken.
Or if I'll tell you what, if you keep letting it go, the way it is, guess what? The employment is going to go up. If you guys screw up, it's going to go down.
Many people in Nashua are sitting home watching this show because they're not at work. They dropped off the system. Don't you know that? Just like in my district, they're not working. They can't collect unemployment anymore because they've been on it for 2.5 years or whatever they was.
They can't collect unemployment because the Republicans took 20 weeks away from them.
No, we didn't take 20 weeks away.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What they say when they take...
You should not bring things up like that.
No, what they say was take away 20 weeks is because we refused to add 20 more. So naturally, they say we took it away.
And they did what?
Did what?
They went out and got jobs?
No, a lot of people gave up. A lot of 55 and over just gave up.
So in that money that you're giving to unemployment, where does it go immediately?
The money for unemployment
People get unemployment. What do they do with it immediately?
Most companies pay it an average of $9,000 per year per individual.
No, excuse me. Where does that money go when they get it?
Unemployment pays their rent, pays their mortgage, pays their
mortgage,
right,
pays the bills. It goes right into the system.
Same thing with welfare.
Right into the system.
Right, that goes right into the system.
And guess what? That doesn't hurt.
You know, I want you to hear what he just said. It goes right into the system. When we try to stop people from using EBT cards to buy booze and to buy cigarettes,
Then
why did it pass? Then why did it pass?
Everybody disagreed
A Democrat
with that.
got up and said, well, that money's coming back to us because we own the liquor stores. We're getting that money back. We're getting the sales tax on cigarettes.
Really?
Tim Horrigan got up to the floor in the well.
He did not say that. Look, you're going to owe me a tuna fish sandwich at Roland's with French fries already, all right?
I'm willing to bet the producer here probably has that on video, Tim Horrigan's conversation, and when he went to the well, and he said, well, that money's coming back to us.
No, the money is coming back. But
if the Democrats supported it, why they voted down?
Why did you vote it down? Are you saying that he agrees that it's okay for them to buy cigarettes?
You all did. Why did you vote
beer?
Why did you vote it down?
And it's okay.
Ken, please listen to me. Ken, answer my question.
Not to clean up the.
Why did you vote the legislation down to stop it?
Of course, the Democrats wouldn't want to straighten that out.
You didn't. You voted the bill down. You killed the bill.
Sure.
Don't you remember killing the bill?
Is it straightened out now?
No, it's still the same. You killed the bill.
No, it's not still the same.
You can buy alcohol. You can buy cigarettes. You can go in any store.
Yes, you can. Buy alcohol and cigarettes with your cards.
Yes, you can.
You cannot.
You can pull cash out.
Do you want to look? Can we up our restaurants? I got French fries and a tuna fish sandwich.
You know something?
How about Michael Timothy's? I like a nice piece of fish.
What was that bet again? What did I bet you on now again? Just remind me, just so I know.
I forgot.
What did we bet on so I know?
You are saying that the Republicans did not fire or...
Oh, that's right, fire.
Okay. 4.5 social workers.
Right, 4.5 social workers.
465,000. Okay. They saved $1.5 million.
Okay. I'm going to write that down so I can prove that you're a liar on the next show.
No, you
I'll
can't
get the data.
prove that
Yes,
because
I can.
I have been saying this
No,
for
no.
4 years.
But because you're saying
that's
it,
what happened.
because you're saying it, does it make it right?
No, I see.
Does it make it that that's
I
fact?
stood up in front of the group and I would not sit down when they voted it. They wanted me to go sit down. I wouldn't sit down.
Then why did you vote for the budget?
I wanted to look at everybody. I wanted everybody to look at me when they voted against
Let me
4.5
ask
social
you,
workers.
did you vote for the
So
budget?
you're going to lose.
Did you vote for the budget?
Rollins,
Did you vote for the
I
budget?
want
Did
cheese.
you vote for the budget?
Lettuce and cheese on my tuna.
Ken, did you vote for the budget?
What budget?
The budget that cut
I
these.
can't remember.
So that means he voted to cut it. If in fact it happened. I don't think it did.
Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien, great guy. Wants smaller government, wants people out of your government out of your house, smaller government. He wants to let you spend your money. He wants you to keep food on your table. Great guy, Bill O'Brien.
You can't not gonna find an argument with me.
Yeah, well then why don't
I'm asking you.
Why are the Democrats beating them up and Kelly Ayotte
Am
that don't want
I beating
them?
him up?
No, you're not, because I know you're friends with Bill and you worked on legislation. You
hold on.
crossed lines with Bill.
Hold on a second. Let's get something straight. Bill O'Brien and I don't go palling around.
That's not true. That's not what I heard. Why the camera?
Shut up.
Look at the camera and tell the truth.
Okay, all right,
That's not what I heard.
All
I
right,
heard you were buddies.
All right. But Bill O'Brien is a Republican and I'm a Democrat.
Yeah, so I'm an American.
You can be friends,
yeah.
but you're certainly going to argue one way or the
not
other.
arguing. Good debate. I wouldn't call it arguing. I'd say with good debate, honesty.
You get 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, Jesus. You know, we went almost an hour now with your BS. I wonder how the people can handle that.
Hey, but we did get elected, didn't we?
Yeah, we did get
You're
reelected.
top vote getter, vote getter.
That's right.
And we want to
Yes.
make sure
And-
that
and your
everyone out
wife.
there. So you're going to get more of this.
Send me a note if you think I should talk to Bill O'Brien as a speaker for him and his wife to sit together. Okay, so I can help them out.
Oh, maybe they didn't hear.
Tell your wife congratulations.
Maybe they didn't hear. Well, my wife is under the name of Garrett. She's always kept her name Garrett.
That's a Democrat thing.
And is a Democrat. So she was on the ticket and she said, well, you know, I really can't be here because I'm a teacher and I got to teach. I said, oh, Lee, well, you can't get out of it. So lo and behold, 3 Democrats won, myself,
How is she going to show up if she's a
and
teacher?
Boris won, and now we are one of 3 couples in the state of New Hampshire who are married.
If she's a teacher, how are the kids going to learn if she's up at the State House?
That's right.
How's she going to do that?
Bring the classes up there.
Was that like a line filler? Was that like you couldn't find anyone, so you put the wife on there?
line
Is that
filler.
what that was? You couldn't find a candidate, so you put your wife in there?
Darling, I would not comment. My wife is a beautiful person and she's smart.
She is. She's the
But
better
I'm not
half.
going to sit next to her.
His wife is the better half of the family.
Yeah.
I'll admit
And,
that.
you know,
I have talked
no,
to her.
I think no.
Your
because
wife
I've been
sounds like
up
a
there,
lovely lady.
No, it's going to be fun.
I think your wife should sit next to me
gonna be
because,
fun.
and I'm going to help her with a vote.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Her and I get along great on the
You
phone.
ought to get someone other than who sat next to you before.
For the record, his wife is the better half. Okay, I have to admit that.
She's a sweetheart.
That's right.
She's smart. She's written a book for teachers called.
We got about a minute and a
Okay.
sec.
And
6
by the
seconds.
way, she's written a book, one book. She has a master's degree, probably 3 months away from a second, probably 8 months away from a doctorate if she so desires. My name is Ken Gidge. This is called The Art of Politics. You can get me at kgidge@aol.com. You can go to Gidge World, which is a website, an art website. And you can also call me at 864-9332.
And I'm Al Baldessaro, State Representative from Londonderry, 5th term. You can get me at www.albaldessaro.com, or you can get me at 425-6997. Stop by my house and I'll show you the hole in the ceiling from my leaky roof. I'm one of the real Republican fact checkers for the Democrats.
Leaky roof.
Yes.
Leaky roof.
Just like the leaky gas tax that goes
Leaky
siphoned off
roof.
into different areas.
Yes.
Okay.
He has a
Instead
bucket
of what it's
there's a
for.
leaky roof.
The gas tax, right?
Again.
It goes off into,
All right, Bill O'Brien or...
Bill O'Brien or Gene Chandler for speaker.
But you're hoping...
I'm hoping for Bill O'Brien because they'll get a tax break.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.